Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video, I want to show you how to take your character from the campaign into the end game. I'll take this characters that are worth 100 chaos using an experimental build into the end game. No mage blood included, of course. Let's get started. For what we're doing, I'm gonna buy a new belt to help cap my elemental resistance. Your chaos resistance can wait, but you want to cap your elemental resistance immediately. I'm pretty much in my campaign gears with some bench-crafted mods on them. My goal with this video is to show you how to transition into the end game from basically nothing. At least this 8 chaos belt will keep my resistance cap. Now that my resistance are capped, I'll look to get into content that will give me the most experience while playing solo, and that is Blighted Map. In Blight content, the towers will do the majority of the work that you can clear it on any builds, given you know what you're doing. So here's what I like to do. First, I'm going to enchant both of my ring with the Scout Towers range enchant, and that is 1 violet and 1 teal oil. Next, I'll start anointing my Blighted Map. Now, what tier of map to choose is also extremely important because there's a mechanic called experience penalty and safe zone. Essentially what it means is that at certain levels, you only want to farm up to or above a certain monster levels before receiving an experience penalty. I won't bore you with the details, but I'll give you the map tier you should be farming for optimizing your experience. From level 64 to level 79, the safe zone is 7 levels. So you want to maintain a 7 monster levels lead, which in this case, I'm level 68. So I want to be doing a tier 8 map, which have the monster level at 75 to maintain that 7 levels lead. Now, at level 80 to 95, the safe zone changed to 8 levels. So that's the reason why your experience gains slow down at 93, because the monster level in tier 16 map only goes to level 84. Now, I'll enchant the lowest tier Blighted Map with 1 amber oil and 2 verdant oil. My build is not that strong right now, and I need the amber oil. So if your build is strong, you should use 3 verdant oil and you will get the most experience out of your map. This is relatively cheap and easy way to farm, and you can do this all the way to level 90 and above. If you want to level even faster, you can use Omen of Brilliance. You can chisel and alch your Blighted Map if you want to, but don't make it too rippy until your character is stronger. And with that, let's do some Blighted Map. Our strategy for Blighted Map is very simple. We'll build the tower based on the monster type. And to keep it simple, we're only going to buy 3 types of towers: Scout Tower, Arc Tower, and Freezing Bolt Tower. The strongest tower is Scout Tower, and we want as many of that tower as possible. If there are too many lane immune to Scout Tower, we will build the other 2 tower types. If the lane get too many immunities, you can build level 3 Chilling Tower and level 3 Seismic Tower with the Empower Tower. Blighted Map is one of the most reliable and profitable way to get you to level 90 solo. This is what I do every league at league start. Okay, so very quick, I want to point out that you should try to roll your flask. It doesn't have to be optimized, but you should at least put quality on your flask and put the enchant used when charges reach full for more comfy gameplay. Neglecting your flask is one of the most common early game mistakes I see, so don't make that mistake. Sometimes I forget how profitable Blighted Map is and how easy it is to run these maps with literally no investment. The loot from Blighted Map is easy to liquidate with the currency exchange, and you can buy Blighted Map in bulk on the trade site listed by tier, so it's much easier to set it up. I would recommend not paying for more than 10 chaos per map, and you can buy the tier 13 or 14 Blighted Maps to run them until 90. It's a little less efficient for farming experience with the penalty to experience by the end, but you get to keep your profit margin since tier 13 and higher blighted maps have the chance to drop the best oil. I'll quickly showcase a blighted map and what I do against minion immunity, so you can take that into your own gameplay. Usually, minion immunity is not a problem, but if the lane has a boss symbol over it, then you have to pay some attention to it. In this map, there's actually only one minion immunity, but it's near the end. And by then, usually I have already set up my choke point. What I like to do every map is start by building 2 scout tower, and we'll wait to see how the lane develop before setting up my choke point. The reason why Scout Tower is very good is because it has very good range, and I like to build them close to the pump so it can support and cover other lane as well. As you can see here, the lane have developed, and there are a lot of overlapped lane here. So I like to put a choke point here with the level 3 chilling tower and level 3 seismic tower. I will put an empowered tower later as well, and it's important to keep all of them at level 3. Don't upgrade them. Usually when you got all your lane choke points set up, it's impossible to fail the map and you can relax a little bit. Another important thing is if you're squishy like me, you want to stay away from the monster because you can randomly get one-shotted. So don't go out of your way into a pack of monster to build towers. Here, I set up another choke point. There will be 3 choke point to set up in this map. I picked this map because it's an open layout as well, and I know some people will have trouble with it. Keep in mind that my build at this point in the game, without any upgrade, I'm not doing that much damage at all, and it's mostly my towers doing the work. So I think you have an idea on how this works. Let me speed it up to the end, and we'll talk about the results. I forgot that this lane is actually minion immune, and there's actually a boss. So I built a freeze bolt tower here to help to kill it. If you do roll your blighted map, you also want to watch out for this mod and avoid it to safely complete the map. Remember that if the boss is minion immune, he won't be immune to chilling and seismic tower. So with our choke point set up, he won't be able to move. Again, if you build is stronger, you can just run all scout tower and enchant your map with 3 verdant oil. The only downside to this strategy I see is that it is a bit boring, and if you're eager to get to map, stay tuned. I'll have a mapping strategy that I'll run from 90 to 95. And will get me enough currency to push my build into the end game. And finally, we reached level 90 after about 5 hours in Blighted Map. Each map takes around 7 minutes, and I did 42 blighted map with mostly tier 14 map. I enchant all my map with 2 verdant oil and 1 amber oil, and I'm not using Omen of Brilliance, so you could have done this in 4 hours or less. I'll look to invest the profit back into this build so I can get to properly map. So let's talk profit. Here's the wealthy exile loot from the dump tab. I'm still using my uber strict filters, so I only loot the stuff that will sell easily. So let me filter out the important stuff that I'll liquidate fast. First, we'll be able to sell all these oil quickly on the currency exchange, and they goes for about 9 divines. Next, for the currency, I'll sell the stacked decks, Chaos Orb, and Chisel, and that's about 2.5 divines. Then we drop 2 Sanctuary maps, and that's 1.7 divines. We got a good Scarab drop for 50 Chaos here. Now the rest of the items, I probably won't sell as it does not worth that much anyway. So we come out to have 14 divines in revenue, not bad. So we ran 42 tier 14 blighted map, which I calculate at 8 chaos for each map. The total cost would be 2.5 divines for those maps. We made 14 divines in revenue, so that's 11.5 divine in profit made. While leveling from 68 to 90, blighted map is definitely still very consistent indeed. And with that, we've come to the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content and this video help you out. Thank you so much for watching, and may the divine be in your favor.